It was a gloomy afternoon on the set of Outlander's final season in Glasgow. No one on set had any idea that it would become one of the most tense moments in the 10-year collaboration between Heughan and Caitriona Balfe, the couple once hailed as the soul of this legendary series. They say, when two suns meet, the world shakes. And that day's shoot literally shook. The first sign of the storm, according to a member of the backstage crew, the atmosphere had been unusually quiet since early morning. Sam showed up earlier than usual, not smiling, not talking to anyone. Caitriona, on the other hand, arrived almost an hour late, with red, puffy eyes, apparently having cried all night. That scene was the iconic finale, Claire and Jamie parting in tears, amid war and a time war. It was supposed to be an emotional, climactic, beautiful moment. But what happened next turned it into a battlefield. The scene broke in the first scream. When the director shouted, "Action!" Sam stepped forward, perfectly in character. But just a few seconds later, Caitriona suddenly stopped, left her position, and said something that made everyone speechless. "I can't do this scene if you continue to pretend like nothing happened, Sam." All the cameras stopped. Sam stared at her, then smiled faintly. "I'm an actor, Kate. We're paid to pretend." "Have you forgotten?" The words were as cold as a knife. No one knew what had happened between them before. But clearly, it was so serious that it couldn't be hidden. The confrontation backstage. "Enough, Sam." Just a few minutes later, a fierce argument broke out in the break room. Even though the door was closed, the voice was so loud that several people standing outside could still hear it clearly. "Do you know how many years I have endured? Always protecting you from the media, always covering up whenever a scandal broke out. And what about me? I was there when you got divorced, when you were so tired that you wanted to quit playing Claire. I never said a word. Because you are afraid that I will surpass you, right? You are afraid that I am the one who is more recognized. Don't fool yourself, Caitriona. People watch Outlander because of Jamie Fraser, not Claire Randall." At that moment, Caitriona walked out of the room, angry and hurt. Sam punched the wall, leaving a deep dent. The rage of two famous stars had exploded, beyond repair. The reaction of the crew and the media shock. That same evening, an anonymous post was posted on a forum specializing in Hollywood behind-the-scenes gossip. The headline, Heughan and Caitriona Balfe, "The Masks Fall." In just 3 hours, the post had more than 100,000 views. From fan pages to Twitter, hashtags like #TeamSam and #Justice for Caitriona flared up. Fans were deeply divided, even digging up hidden tensions in old interviews, the cold stares, the evasive looks, and the evasive answers. A source revealed to Variety magazine, "They put up with each other for so long out of obligation, out of fame." But when the final season came around, it all came crashing down. There was nothing left to hold on to. Sam and Caitriona, they speak out. A week later, Sam posted a short story on Instagram. "I'm sorry for letting my emotions get the best of me. But I'm not sorry for telling the truth." Meanwhile, Caitriona shared on Twitter, "After nearly a decade of being on Outlander, I know that not every relationship needs a happy ending. Some truths, however painful, need to be exposed." What's next for them? Although there is no official confirmation, some sources say the crew is speeding up filming to avoid prolonged tension. Some scenes have even been rewritten to limit direct interaction between the two main characters. Meanwhile, fans are still divided, the media is constantly digging. But one thing is undeniable. The relationship between Sam and Caitriona, once a symbol of peak chemistry, is now broken beyond repair. When the stage lights go out, the truth is revealed. And this time, the truth is not pleasant. When careers are on the line, the day after the heated argument, both Heughan and Caitriona Balfe's representatives received a surprise call from Starz, the main producer of Outlander. The subject was nothing more than current situation. The voice on the other end was clear. We need assurances that the project will not be affected. If not, all alternatives will be considered. The news was a blow to both of them. Never in their careers had Sam and Caitriona been threatened with losing their roles, the very roles that made their names. However, their egos were too big to back down. Caitriona sent a blunt internal email to the crew, declaring that she was ready to shoot but will not accept being manipulated by personal feelings, especially by someone who no longer values our professional or personal relationship. Sam responded by refusing to attend Caitriona's script readings. He only received his own copy, requesting to work through an assistant. The atmosphere was so tense that the veteran cameraman of the crew was forced to withdraw, citing, the crew's morale was being eroded. Fans were not silent. While the chaos behind the scenes was brewing, the Outlander fan community entered a real, civil war. One side believed that Caitriona was the emotional shoulder of the entire series, hurt by Sam's cold behavior. The other side countered that Sam had endured too much control from his co-star, and now it was time for him to be freed. On Reddit, a topic titled, "Have we been deceived by beautiful friendship for so many years?" attracted thousands of comments. At Outland 3 Rart posted, "I always thought Sam was a sensitive and gentle person. But the leaked conversation shows a harshness that shocked me. I'm not sure I want to see the finale." In contrast, at Team Jamie Forever countered, "Caitriona is someone who always avoids the truth. She's good at playing the victim. Sam deserves respect. It's no longer about Jamie and Claire. It's about Sam and Caitriona, real life, in all their fragility and storminess." An invitation to reconciliation, and a shake of the head. With Outlander in danger of losing its appeal ahead of its final season, the producers decided to invite the two to sit down, in a private reconciliation, with no press, no crew, and just a publicist. The meeting took place in a room at the Balmoral Hotel, Edinburgh. Caitriona arrived first. She wore an ash-gray blazer, her hair tied back, her eyes cold but not hiding her fatigue. Sam walked in a few minutes later. He didn't look at her. He just sat down, his arms crossed over his chest. "I am here for the contract. Not for you," Caitriona said first. "Good. Me too," Sam replied shortly. The agent suggested that they both freeze the conflict, temporarily maintaining a professional attitude until the end of the season. "It'll work. But after the last scene, don't expect me to see you again," Caitriona said firmly. Sam just shrugged. "It's no different than the last few years. No one signed the reconciliation document." But they left the room together, silent, like two ghosts of a once beautiful friendship, now reduced to fragments. A final word for Jamie and Claire. In the end, Outlander continued filming. But every scene with Sam and Caitriona was cut short, with separate camera angles, using post-production techniques to fake harmony. A crew member whispered, "They didn't look at each other once. They didn't even say hello when they entered the studio." On the last day of filming, the director asked them to take a farewell photo for fans. The two stood about a meter apart, smiling awkwardly. The photo was later posted on Outlander's official account with the caption, "A journey ended, a legend remembered." Fans clearly felt one thing. That legend, although beautiful, now has a crack that cannot be healed. When anger surpasses glory. Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe once made millions of hearts flutter with their fateful compatibility. But fate, sometimes, can be tiring. And when the rage has reached its peak, no acting role can save what has broken the real person's heart.